If you run a vacation rental business or a tech agency that leaves from one client to the next, you've been told already that, oh, the fix is better videos, list on better platforms, run ads, just keep doing what you've been doing already. But the truth of the matter is, the agency owners that are succeeding in this business are not succeeding because they have a better portfolio or because they're running better ads than you or that they're on a better listing than you are or any of these things that you've been told to tweak or fix here and there. What they are doing is that they have built a section of their business so well and so efficiently that most people do not really sit down to think of. And that's what we're going to break down here is their client acquisition system. Now, I'm not here to tell you that ads are bad. I'm not here to tell you that, oh, organic is the way to go or inorganic is the way to go. I'm here to help you see the system that helps them make money. Like, that's all that makes sense. Every other thing that people are saying doesn't carry as much weight as what actually moves the needle, which is, are people buying or not? So in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to break down the systems that they use and the one mechanism that is at the center of it all. So let me show you that. All right. So I'm going to show you the founders that are already doing $100,000 and more per month with less than 20,000 followers on Instagram. I'm going to also show you why this doesn't happen for just every agency owner. I'm going to also show you where it all begins. I'm going to show you the math, how small creators like yourself or even small agencies that don't have the audience base yet can do $100,000 every month using the same system. And then what happens after you use the system? What happens to someone that becomes a lead? And then what changes when you have the system in place? So let's get this started. Yeah. Now let's look at this guy. His name is Cormac Gray. Now Cormac Gray is an agency owner and he helps other agency owners to hit $75,000 every single month. Now imagine someone that does that. Imagine his portfolio. Like, you could already think about that. And if you look right here, he has 1.14 thousand subscribers on YouTube, and here you see 6,500 followers on Instagram. And this is the exact video that made me actually pay attention to this guy. Like, what is this guy actually doing? What are creators doing that you and I do not know and we cannot use because we do not know it, right? So maybe sit down and do some digging. Right now, next person on my list, Ashley Holmes. She scaled her agency to £41 million. All she has on Instagram is 3,000 followers. She's even less than the first guy. Like, so there's something that we do not know. It's not about your post. It's not about the Instagram edits. It's not about what's the next viral trend that you could hop on. Those are not the things moving your agency. There is something you and I do not know that you would figure out at the end of this presentation, right? So I had to screenshot this because what do you mean someone got 41 million or generated 41 million in client returns through cold outreach alone? Meaning that there could be more generation or more revenue generated through other means in a business. And this can be you too, really. Now there's this guy, Lucas Hamby, 7-figure agency with 100 team members in 7 years. In 7 years, he has built a 7-figure agency and now he employs 100 team members. Now think about that for a moment. Think about how big your agency could become, that it could help the lives of others, help 100 people get some gainful employment. You're no longer just serving yourself, you're helping others' lives. Now with that employment, they could sponsor their kids, help other people as well. Now think about how much you could do with your agency. And you don't need followers for this. You don't need 1 million followers. See, 2,000 followers on Instagram. Now there is David Codner. The interesting thing about this guy is that he's an Airbnb coach with £4 million in Booking yearly. Like, and all he has on Instagram is 2,000 followers. On YouTube, it is exactly 20,000 followers with 400 videos, right? Like, now look at this young man. He's 19 and he has two Airbnbs. He doesn't have to work a 9 to 5. All he has is 7,000 followers. And we could keep going on and on and on like this. So now the next question that is posed at me that I asked myself is that why doesn't this happen for most agencies? Or you're renting your business from something you don't control. So for Airbnbs or for vacation rental businesses, you're on Airbnb and their ranking algorithm changes every time, and your bookings are dependent on that. So it's dependent on factors that are outside your control. And as much as possible in business, you want to limit those factors to things that are within your control. For a tech firm, that's like referral pipelines. So you are telling a friend that, oh, please link me up to your guy so I get that client on board. And the moment you have an issue with that relationship, it's gone. If you keep on with this kind of strategy where your business is on something you can't control, you're more in a hostage situation rather than a strategy. Now, number two is everyone in your category is competing on the same two or three levers. So everybody's saying for the vacation rental business side, it's people are telling you post better pictures, get your prices lower, have a faster response time, all that. On the tech side, it's more of have cheaper rates, faster turnaround, a bigger portfolio, and there is no differentiation. Everybody is tweaking the same thing, the exact same thing, and that's basically a race to the bottom. Now, the third thing is the ad advice that you're always getting online has always been incomplete. It's always just run some more ads, run some more ads, and ads capture only about a quarter of the actual demand that exists for what your unique solution is. So where does the remaining three-quarter go to? It's on some platforms that nobody talks about. Nobody tells you about these platforms, right? So where does it all begin? First off, the front end. This is a section where unknown people, strangers, find out about your business and they move from unaware to aware to interested, right? So the first thing is you need to understand your ICP. Who is your ICP? It's basically your ideal customer profile. So what does your customer look like to the T? And there are different ways to mention your ICP. We have demography, we have psychography. So demography is more like, oh, who they are, where they stay, their occupation. So stuff like my ICP is, say for example, women between the age of 20 and 60 that do consulting jobs in Las Vegas. Like that's a demography based ICP. Now, a psychography based ICP is more into their psychology. You're trying to understand what are the things that they fear most, what are the results that they really want, what are their expectations from your solution, and what are their deepest desires, right? You're trying to understand what problems are they trying to move away from, and what pleasures are they trying to move towards, what roadblocks do they have that are stopping them from taking action now or stopping them from taking steps to the solutions that they know to be true, right? So you have ICPs. And now another key point under the ICPs is that you have two ICPs and not one. The thing is, the person using your product, the utility, um, that's one ICP. The person that has the money to pay for it is another ICP. The only problem is that most times a lot of people blow out the line between both ICPs. So I'll give an example. So as a vacation rental business owner or an Airbnb manager or host, you basically are selling your property owners properties to, or not really selling, like renting them out to guests. Now you want to please guests, at the same time you want to please the owners of the property. The guests are the people that are using it and paying money for it. The owners are people that are giving you the property to use, right? Now if we look at the tech side of it, So we um, say for example, a client comes to you, it's a firm, and they have a chief technical officer, and the chief technical officer is trying to get your solution so that the team could make use of it, the design team could make use of your unique solution. Now, the chief technical officer is the person that has the money to pay for your product. That is one ICP. Now, the other ICP is the design team. So the designer on the design team has just as much power to tell the chief technical officer that this tool or this software doesn't serve us properly. Let's find a new software. So, meaning you have to balance both ICPs, right? Now, the second thing is that you need to build a clear offer. Now, without a clear offer, your ads get clicks, but they don't produce anything in either niches, right? So a bad offer sounds like, oh, we manage vacation rentals, or on the tech side, we say we do marketing for software companies, or we do software for marketing companies, stuff like that. But they're both vague, right? Neither tells the person paying what they're actually getting. So a clear offer sounds more like this: we view your shortlet property every weekend using a booking system most agencies don't have access to. And our system is backed by a 30-day guarantee, or we work for free until you get there. Now, on the tech side of things, if we want to make a good, clear offer, we'll say something like, we get you 15 qualified sales calls every single month with decision makers already sold on your category, and it's backed by a 30-day guarantee, or we work for you free until you get there. Now, you see that it's saying specific outcomes, specific mechanism on how you're going to get those outcomes. Is giving specific risk reversals every single time. Now, the same principle applies on either side, either niche, or even at any business that you have to do. So the guest offer and the end user offer, or the buyer's offer and the utility offer, they both need to say exactly what you're giving to them. You have to be very clear on what they're going to get out of it and why it beats every other option in the market, and why they should pick you and your product instead. Now, the third side of it, of the front end, is you need to deploy the everywhere engine. So now we know our ICP, we can make offers that are tailored to them. Now we need to meet them, we need to get to them, right? And here's the idea. So the idea is very simple. I'll take you back memory lane. See, when Temu wanted to take over the market, right, they did something I would love to call total saturation. They broke into the market, not just running ads on one platform, like they're not just doing Facebook ads or running Instagram campaigns. No, they put their ads everywhere at once, inside even as far as the apps you already use, the websites that you already read, inside your social feed, on YouTube, before the videos that I click. Now, I don't think there's anybody in this time and age, especially if you're like, I think 7 and above, that you've not seen this particular ad before. You could already sing the song in your head. Temu, like, it was everywhere. It's total saturation. Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they do the exact same thing every single time they enter a new market. It's total saturation, not a single channel, not a single stone untouched. And that's what the everywhere engine does for you. Imagine you playing the game just like the big boys play it, like exactly how the big boys play it. You're not doing it like small content creators that just run an Instagram campaign for 1 week. No, you're going everywhere, total saturation, right? So you're not fighting for attention with your competitors on one platform, or trying to beat the Airbnb listing. Your offers show up every single way. Like, it's more like a customer, your ICP, is on Instagram one moment, and they leave Instagram after seeing your ad, and next thing they're on maybe a news website reading something, and they're seeing your ad again, and then they're on Facebook, they're seeing your ad. They're like, oh my goodness, is this person actually tracking me? How do they know that I need this thing? Even if they do not need it, at some point it becomes registered in the back of their mind that, oh, when I have this problem, this is my go-to. And that's exactly what the everywhere engine does for you. Now, the fourth side to it is that we need to turn this traffic. So when they say it, their traffic, we need to turn them to lead, right? Now the lead is very simple. Turning them from traffic to lead is very simple, and it's done through funnels. Funnels, right? So two funnels, the customer funnel. So someone sees your ad, they land on a page built to convert, and then they book directly with you instead of going through a middleman. So say for Airbnb, like OTAs, right, or a lead gen directory, right, then for the decision maker funnel, a buyer sees proof of what you're doing for others exactly like them, and then they fill out a short form and get qualified even before they ever talk to you. So you don't have to waste your time on clients that are not even yours. You don't have to waste your time trying to qualify every single person. Everybody that comes to you is literally qualified. So the system is more like they see the they see the ad right here, they get to the form and they book directly. They don't have to go through a third party, and that cuts out the whole competition. You're creating a whole market and niche of your own. You're more like the Tommy Shelby of the industry, right? Now, so let's look at the math. How does this even work for small creators, right? So if you have less than 20,000 followers, say for example you have 15,000 followers, and you have an offer that you get a net revenue of $2,000, right? Now the reason why you want to do high tickets is that with less people you could hit your goals even faster. Now you're going to ask me that, oh, how do I justify my offer being this pricey and expensive? It comes down to a number of things, but two things that I could say for free on this video is, one, you could add more things to it. So it's more like how a certain polish company would start by, maybe besides people buying polish, you add an upsell or a cross sell to it. So you know they're going to use the polish on a shoe. Can you partner with like a shoe company so that you get the shoes at discounted prices to them, and then they just pay more money naturally, because now it makes sense to charge $2,000 for a shoe and polish compared to $2,000 for just a shoe, right? That's one thing. Number two is just creating an exclusive premium brand. So if you can study the art of creating a cult-like following, more like um, a brand that people are ready to die for. I mean, like, why would people? If you've read the story of Nike, you'll see that before the whole Nike became Nike, right? These shoes were made in little shops like in China, or I think it was Japan. Yeah, there was an agreement with Japan, but I think there was also like Chinese shops, right? I think Japanese shops. I'm not really sure anymore, but there was an agreement, and these shoes were made in Japan for like ridiculous prices. Like if you were to buy the shoes in Japan, you've been buying them for like a tenth of the price that they were sold in America. And why was that? Because there is an exclusive brand to it, right? So you could absolutely increase, skyrocket your prices, but you need to be able to justify it on both the logical and emotional level. So now with high ticket products, you are making a $2,000 net, and all you have is 10 clients per month. With that, you could actually get $20,000 net revenue with just 10 people. And that's like 0.1% of the audience that you already have. So it shows you that even if you're down to 1K followers, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're able to plug and use the everywhere engine. And now let's look at the power of the numbers, right? So if the goal is $10,000 per month, with 5 clients, you'll be able to hit that if you sell a $2,000 product or offer. If the goal is 50,000, you see with 25 clients like per month. If the goal is 150 clients per month, right? Now see the contrast with low ticket offers now. So with low ticket offers like $500 offers, you would need more people. So you need more volume to cover for the gap. So it's a lot more easier for you to just increase your amount, and then every other person that says they can't afford it, like with just 2 or 3 people, you'll be able to cover for 15 people that say no to you because of the price, right? So if you have the right 2 or 3 people on a retainer basis, like you're good to go, right? So we have 10,000 is the goal for the month, right? And you're selling a $500 product, you would need 20 people for that. Now think about as far as $100,000 per month. You're going to need 200 people for that. Now the problem is not getting 200 people. With the Everywhere engine, you could get more than that. The problem is your skill, your prowess at converting these people. So if you're able to convert two people and they're giving you high ticket figures, like that covers you a lot easier than if you're doing $500 products or offers and you're only converting 2 to 5 people. It doesn't even hit half of your $10,000 per month goal, right? So recap of everything. All you need is you need to know your ICP on a demographic level and on a psychographic level. You also need to know who the utility user is and the user that actually has the money to buy it, right? Then we have the high ticket offer. Um, and I made all those explanations. If you missed that, like jump right back. Then the Everywhere engine that gives you total saturation of whatever markets that you're in, and then high converting funnels, right? So now let's talk about what happens after someone becomes a lead, right? So this is the back end, and this is where a lot of agencies and businesses lose clients, lose business, and it's not the front end. It's not getting traffic. Some people actually do well at getting traffic, but from the point where this traffic actually looks at their page. So how it happens is that you see their stats, their content is getting reach, visibility, but they're not getting anything like clicks. They're not getting anything like submissions, right? Nobody's submitting their emails and phone numbers. They're not getting anything, right? So there are four parts to it, right? The first part is capture and organize. So every single guest inquiry, every owner, every lead, every demo request, all of it goes into one CRM and it's not scattered across DMs, forms, or even someone's note app on your team, right? So if you can't see it in one place, you can't follow up on it, and an unfollowed lead is a lost deal. Booking or contract doesn't matter which one. If you don't follow up, you've lost that deal. So you have to capture every detail. Every single person that moves from your ad to your funnel, they have to drop something. So you're giving them in exchange a gift, and then you get their emails or their phone numbers. That way you could follow up on them. If you leave it just in DMs, you are more likely to lose touch and follow up. Now, the next thing is you need to nurture and follow up. So there are two campaigns you need to run, a review campaign and a reactivation campaign. Now, the review campaign happens for people or traffic that turns to customers. So they get your product, they love your product, you do a review of them or turn them to some sort of social proof that will bring in more people. So someone sees that, oh, you've done this for someone. Now they're like, oh, this person could probably be able to solve my problem as well. The reactivation campaign is for people that did not quite turn up to be customers, right? So it's more like, okay, they're not in their buying cycle right now. Maybe you reach out in next 3 months or next 6 months. Reactivation campaigns, right? Then the third side to it is the book and close. This is the part of the backend where warm leads are turned into booked calls, sales, conversations, and paying clients. So by this point, the traffic, they already know you. They're quite aware to be interested and they need to know if they want to exchange the money with you, right? So the first part of it is that the lead opts in and the lead enters the system and shows real interest. They give your they give your system, they give your funnel their emails, their phone number, they fill out a form, they give information about themselves. Now, this shows that, oh, they have interest in this thing you're about to do. The second part to it is the indoctrination sequence. I like to call it that because it's more like welcomes them to the culture of your brand. Now, this brings me back to the whole premium brand thing. With an indoctrination sequence, you give some sort of culture vibe, right? Like, oh, this is how we act around here. You're welcome to a special culture. It's exclusive, right? And you do this by a sequence of emails or DMs so that they get to know you, get to know the business, get to know how it operates, and get to know that they're part of a new thing, right? Then there's lead qualification. Now, based off all the forms, you could see or tell if a lead is in your ICP bracket and if they can cover at least a third of your price or the minimum split payment available. So what that means is that are they financially capable to cover your prices, right? Now the fourth part is lead conversion. So that's converting them basically from just being leads to actual clients. So it's the whole process from booking the demo and the sales call or the closing call to reminders and to the actual call, right? Handling the objections and all that. Now, the lead outcome, what happens from here is that if they are closed, we move on to payments and cha-ching, you made money, right? The client is onboarded, right? Now, the second part to it is that if they're not closed, no biggie, no issue. You should not beat yourself up. All you just need to do is plug them back into the nurturing and retargeting pipeline. So basically, we spoke about that here. Plug them back into the reactivation campaign straight up, right? Um, Now, why does this actually even matter? This is what turns warm leads into real revenue. And without this process, good leads sit in a limbo with poor show up rates and sales is being left to luck, right? So we can't continue running your business based off luck and chance. We have to have a proper strategy, right? Um, and now the fourth side to it is that we need to track and scale. So if you're not tracking every single bit of it, you're just guessing. So if you're not tracking, oh, how many ads did we run this month? How much did we spend on it? What's our return on ad spend? All those metrics, what's the cost per click? If you're not tracking every single metrics all in one dashboard, you will not be able to tweak and know, oh, this is what's failing, this is where we're wasting things, and this is what we can optimize, right? So it helps you, it helps tell you whether the issue is traffic or follow up or the offer itself, or maybe your ICP is not well defined and you're not just fixing the wrong things, right? So think about it like a car. If your car's dashboard doesn't tell you that, oh, check your brake fluid or check your radiator water or fuel or this or the heat or that thing, you're not able to know exactly what to fix. You're just hitting your engine everywhere just to see what actually clicks into place. And that's luck. You can't run your business on that, right? So, summary, capture every single lead in one place and then nurture them with review and reactivation campaigns, close with a guarantee backed process, and track everything so you always know what to fix next, right? All right, so what changes when the system is in place? So, this is what actually happens to you once you have all these things we've discussed. This is what happens to your business when you have the everything engine at your service and you're able to do total saturation. Now you stop checking your calendar or your pipeline hoping that it was filled by itself overnight. You stop being one owner's bad month or one client's slow month or slow quarter, and you are not away from you're away from losing your best relationship, your best client relationships, right? And your bookings stop depending on an external algorithm and it's more within your control. It's more like, oh, you need, or maybe you're in a situation where you need to generate $750,000 in the next month. You could immediately predict that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This and this and this is what I'm going to do to get bookings on demand. That's exactly the point here. The aim of the everything engine is bookings on demand. Like as soon as you want it, you get it, and it's not left to luck. It's not left to seasons. It's not left to referrals, like everybody says, and everything begins to depend on a system that you control. It's not like the weather or the rain. It's more like, oh, you have your own shed where you could control every variable for yourself. And this is the exact system. This is how creators with under 20,000 followers make 100,000 plus monthly. not because they got lucky, but because they built the customer acquisition system properly and they integrated the everything engine. I'm Francis, and I help build bookings on demand systems for agencies and business owners that are tired of leaving their growth and their money, their revenue to chance, right? So, we're going to help you unlock your main character energy because it's not left to luck, it's left to systems that we can build together. So, since you've watched this video this far, I'm going to give you access to this Miro board, like this entire system, this framework on the screen right now, all for free. All you just need to do is to click on the link in the description. There are going to be two links. The first link is going to lead you to Instagram, my DM. Just type in the word Miro and I'll send you this framework for free, completely for free, immediately. Then second thing is that if you're a business owner or an agency owner and you have some sort of system, you're having issues with acquiring clients, whether lead generation, lead nurturing, or lead conversion, and you need help with vetting your client acquisition system, you can book a free 15 minutes consultation call, like a free 15-minute call with me. I would vet your system and then we'll look for the places we need to tweak. And I'll give you a couple of tips here and there, all for free for 15 minutes. And we'll see how we could take your business to the next level. Let's all grow, right? That's the whole point of it all, right? I'll see you on next video. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate you. Take care.